Shorted it out. That was the force with which Athena hit timeless Toni Storm.
Yeah, Athena's a very compact, powerful wrestler.
Athena delivers the drop kick, and that's the viciousness.
You know, I was in the medical room earlier today talking to Doc Sampson, and he was worried about Toni Storm after that pile driver she took on the steps on Dynamite. And she's still recovering after a drop kick like that into the barricade.
There you see Athena still working on the head.
Yeah, a grazing blow, but still, you could see Toni Storm feeling the effects from it. Athena. Ooh. Athena's going to have to stay focused on Toni Storm. Can't turn her attention to referee Aubrey Edwards.
Look at her directing the attention on the neck. You know, I think Athena knows that Toni Storm's neck is not doing good after what happened on Dynamite, that pile driver on the steps.
Athena shoots the half for the cover, and I mean, I think the pile driver on the steps, that may be the cherry on top. I think it's the accumulation of punishment over this fourth reign as AEW Women's World Champion that Toni Storm has endured. I mean, she's wrestling at an incredibly brisk pace in terms of not just title defenses, but tag team matches as well.
Yeah, it seems like she's never taken a week off.
Brian, you know all about that. I can tell you, you obviously wrestled many, many times on all of our television shows and our pay-per-views, so you know how the cumulative effect can have an impact on it.
Yeah, but I mean, there's pluses and minuses to it too. The more that you're in the ring, the more comfortable you feel in the ring. You know that's why. Sure. You know that's why I think Toni Storm does it.
No back heel trip there by Athena. Senton, no. Toni Storm rolls out of the way. Nice jawbreaker there, but still, Toni Storm putting her own neck and head on the line with that one. Burst into the corner. Athena. There's the power from the fallen goddess.
Yeah, anyone that's wrestled her will tell you she may be the hardest hitting woman that we have seen in a long, long time. Look, Billy Stark's still down.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that where Athena driving the head of Toni Storm. And now Storm repeatedly being driven into the steel ring post.
What the hell?
Athena already celebrating.
She knows she can celebrate. She knows she can take her time. Repeated shots on the ring post will keep your opponent down for quite a while.
Right. You know, we talked about the frequency of wrestling and how that can be a benefit. When Nigel McGuinness was challenging Zack Sabre Jr. earlier in this broadcast, you know, Nigel not competing what was as regularly, and it really seemed to catch him, to cost him, whereas Toni Storm and Athena both on very equal footing in terms of the frequency which they compete.
Yeah, one of the things that I think is that when you're the world champion, everybody's gunning for you. Every single week, in every tag match, every singles match, Toni Storm has done how many eliminator matches, and all of those women are gunning for her. They want to beat Toni Storm because they want a shot at the AEW Women's World Championship. You know, one of the things Athena has mentioned is that she's borderline insulted by Toni Storm, just her very persona. The whole idea that she thinks that Toni Storm is a joke, and she wants to introduce some more violence into the AEW Women's division. And we're seeing that here with the way that she's attacking Toni Storm's neck.
A lot of posturing, a lot of celebrating here.
Now, Toni Storm, a roll-up, too. Athena able to kick out, but Toni Storm telegraphing that, or maybe not, trying to get Athena into the position to hammer down with those elbows. Athena off the ropes, comes up to it. Oh, Toni Storm fixed first in the middle turnbuckle.
Great move that time by Athena when it looked like Toni Storm was mounting somewhat of a comeback. That would not be the case here.
You can tell just by the facial expression, the body language of Toni Storm that she is in a world of trouble. Athena with the AEW Women's World Champion at a disadvantage. And now mocking the champion. Athena maybe looking to double hip attack at all, but Toni Storm coming out, countering out of the corner. Toni Storm. Has been suplex the bridge. 2.
Yeah, Athena is wrestling this match like she doesn't respect Toni Storm, and I think that's a mistake. I think one of the things that Toni Storm does so well is that she's got this peculiar side for sure, but I think it disarms her opponents to not taking her as seriously as they should.
Now, Athena said going into this match she thought Toni Storm was so overrated, which obviously is not the case. I mean, you can't...
Nice trip by Athena as Toni Storm getting turned around. Neck breaker and butterfly suplex delivered by Athena. Yeah, she is just full, brimming with confidence here.
Yeah, but I think she's not taking Toni Storm seriously enough.
Yeah, full was right there, Excalibur. Full of.
Athena to the top, to be poised to deliver the O-face to that already compromised neck. Up time was Toni Storm. Toni turns it around. 1, 2. No.
Here she comes. Oh, there she went. Slamming the mat, got to her feet, but went right back down quickly.
Yeah, I have to think her neck is really bothering her. The cumulative damage of all the matches that she's done, the pile driver on Wednesday, all the attacks Athena's done on her neck thus far in this match. Oh, but the crossface chicken wing.
Yeah, that TCM chicken wing, as Toni likes to call it. Athena rolling through, but oh wait, Storm. Searching for Storm Zero, Athena, and back suplex.
Right on the back of the neck again.
Yeah, Toni Storm holding the back of her neck, and she got up. But look at her get up.
Toni counters. DDT, Athena. Almost cartwheeling off the top of her head. That tiger driver, 1, 2. And Toni Storm moving with some urgency, dare I say desperation, Brian.
Yeah, I definitely think it's desperation. Look at how long it's taking her to get up, even after she was just on offense, and she's clutching at her neck. Yeah, she's in a lot of pain, and you can tell. So as somebody who's had a history of neck issues, you can tell when she's not using her right arm as much as she normally does. And I wonder if she's getting that pain shooting down her right arm.
So, Brian, when you have this neck... pain and you're wrestling for a big, big match in a big arena, what do you do to get yourself back into it? Is there anything you can do?
I mean, you just hope the adrenaline comes through. And then you've just got to tough it out. I mean, you have to become one with the pain. And I think Toni Storm has been very good at that, becoming one with the pain. We've seen it in the matches that she's had this year, where she's been beaten bloody and bruised, and she still comes out to win.
Athena changing levels with the attacks, but Toni Storm changing tack with the Mongolian chops. Athena tried to escape between the legs of Toni Storm, does so, but finds herself on the receiving end of yet another Mongolian chop. Storm went for the boot. Athena avoids. Thrust kick on target. Storm is dazed. Now, perhaps the knockout blow. Two. And woo.
Athena was maneuvering over along the left side of Toni's body, and Toni got the right side up.
The power in that elbow, and that landed flush on the jaw of Toni Storm.
She Billy Starks back up to her feet. So that Storm's her power. This was an incredibly impactful combination by Athena. Back into live action, we saw Toni Storm clutching that neck.
See, you don't see Athena playing around now. She knows how serious this match is.
Oh, Toni Storm. Anticipation with the Billy Starks up to the apron. And Athena flying in. Almost a rider kick into the teeth of Toni Storm. Athena got brought up from the ropes when Athena landed on her feet, and now pinning predicament. Athena not done yet, showing her power. One, two. Storm able to break free.
Strong legs did that.
But now, Athena. Look at this, directly into the submission, Athena.
There's a reason why Athena has been the ROH Women's Champion for almost 1,000 days.
Yeah, we're seeing it.
We're seeing it right here. She's taking Toni Storm to school.
A version of the Koji clutch, cinched in tight. Toni Storm, she's got her eye on the bottom rope, but can she make it? Can she make the desperate crawl to force the break?
Oh, she did, just rotated her hips to the left.
And now Toni Storm was able to get Athena into a pinning predicament, but ultimately that's what forced Athena to break the hold.
It's been a great women's match, and needless to say, I think right now Athena has been mostly in the driver's seat here. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Oh yeah, she's taking control of 70% of this match.
Uppercut avoided, chicken wing cinched in. As now Athena though.
Yeah, you can tell though there wasn't much strength behind that chicken wing. You know, that's what happens sometimes when your neck gets attacked for so long, is you start losing strength in your arms.
Now Athena. Through Athena, full extension by the fallen goddess.
Oh, is she going for another pile driver on the steps?
Exactly, great call. This is what hurt Toni Storm.
I mean, that pile driver on the steps on Dynamite,
Yep.
that was brutal.
Less than a week ago.
Oh, biting, there you go. Biting the knee, just. Toni's, Athena had the boot caught in the face of Athena going down into the steps. And now Athena's turn to meet the pair in her fist.
That was a huge save by Toni. She needed that. She needed that to turn things around.
And Athena returned to the ring. Toni Storm. She needs to move fast to try to press this advantage on Athena. Athena so nimble. Finds her feet. Toni Storm though. Headbutt. Athena stays.
Storm Zero.
That was a monumental kick out. Toni can't believe it.
Yeah, but she needed that Storm Zero to equalize the playing field here. If I were her, I'd go right after Athena's neck right now. Don't waste your time. Go right back to that cross-face chicken wing and attack the neck.
Yeah, she went to the other ropes, did Toni, and that enabled Athena to go outside.
Yeah, she might not be thinking straight, to be honest.
Now Athena's grabbing the apron.
Prevent herself from being pulled to the center of the ring, but Toni Storm. Now Toni Storm dragging Athena out, and Brian, this may be the continued assault on the neck of Athena. As Billy starts to disrupt the footing.
Oh, come on!
He starts essentially touch time for Storm.
Oh, look at Athena. What's Athena gonna do?
Athena
Across the rope, if she... Toni needs to try to stay on the outside if she can.
Athena coming down like a guillotine across the neck of timeless Toni Storm.
Toni Storm looks out.
Athena's hurt as well, apparently.
Mina Shirakawa. Mina Shirakawa, Toni Storm versus Athena, Billy Starks.
The challenger with the advantage.
Yeah, Mina might have just saved Toni from permanent injury.
Oh, shoot! Nope.
Underneath the jaw, timeless Toni Storm, but the hammer throw reversed. Athena coming in looking for a face. No.
She caught her.
Look at that shaking.
Oh,